Write down the problem. The terminating load of VHF. The terminating load of UHF, ultra high frequency transmission line with characteristic impedance Z0 is equals to 50 ohm, working at 300 megahertz is 50 plus J50 ohm. Calculate the VSR and the VSWR and reflection coefficient. Okay. From this problem, this is the question. From this problem, from this, first you need to write it given data. First you need to write down given data. Right? Solution. So solution, given that what we have, Z0 value is equals to 50 ohm, impedance value 50 ohm, and what is the frequency value? F is equals to 300 megahertz from the problem. And what we have, one more parameter. What is the one more parameter? Load impedance ZL is equals to 50 plus J50 ohm, right? Yes or no? After note down these given data, you need to know what is the wavelength value, lambda. Wavelength lambda is equals to, what is the formula for that? C by F. You know the C value, 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second, divided by, you know the frequency value, 300 megahertz. 3 mega means 10 to the power of 6. 3 into 10 to the power of 8. 3 will be going to cancel. C. You need to convert this into 3 into 10 to the power of 8. 3 into 10 to the power of 8. Both will be going to cancel. Then lambda value is equals to 1 meter. Wavelength lambda is equals to 1 meter. You need to remember lambda value is equals to 1 meter. Fine. After that, after getting the lambda value, what you need to do? You need to do rho value. You need to find out the rho value. Fine. What is the formula for that? Mod rho square is equals to ZL minus Z0 divided by ZL plus Z0. You know the ZL value, you know the Z0 value, right? What is the ZL value? 50 plus J 50 is the ohm, right? Minus 50 divided by next 50 plus 50, J 50 is the ohms plus 50. Simplify this equation, what you will get it? J50 divided by 100 plus J50, that equals to J divided by 2 plus J. Yes or no? Take 50 common from each term. This is the 2, this is the J. If you take 50 from these two terms, 50 going to cancel, then you will get it this. Therefore, you need to find out the rho value. Therefore, rho is equals to mod rho is equals to 0.4472 and pi value is equals to 63.5 degrees. From that, you need to find out the VSWR. You are already finding the what? The reflection coefficient rho value. You already find out that. Now we need to find out the VSWR. VSWR you need to find out. What is the formula for VSWR? 1 plus mod rho divided by 1 minus mod rho. Okay. For finding the VSWR, S is equals to 1 plus mod rho divided by 1 minus mod. Substitute the value, you know the value. 1 plus, what is the value? 0.4472 divided by 1 minus 0.4472. What is the value? Simplify the expression. 2.62. S is equals to VSWR. S is equals to 2.62. Okay. 2.62. Like that, you need to find out the VSWR and reflection coefficient. Next problem. A dipole antenna. A dipole antenna whose input impedance in a pure resistor of 100 ohm is to be matched at the frequency of 100 megahertz by open wire feeder having Z0 is equals to 1 600 ohm. By means of a short circuited stub. Determine the point of attachment and the length of the stub. Assume feeder and stub without losses and having some characteristic impedance You need to read out the problem again. A dipole antenna whose input impedance in a pure resistor of 100 ohm is to be matched at a frequency of 100 megahertz by open void feeder having Z0 is equals to 600 ohm by means of a short circuited stub. Determine the point of attachment and length of the stub. Assume feeder and stub without losses and having some characteristic impedance. First, you need to write down given data. From the problem. Solution. Given data or given that. What we have from the problem, you need to write down. First, load impedance ZL is equals to pure resistor value 100 ohm. Next, Z0 output impedance 600 ohm. Next, frequency value F is equals to 100 megahertz. Note down from the problem only. 100 megahertz. We have all these values from the problem only. Next what we have, that's it only. So from these three parameters, load impedance and output impedance and frequency values, you need to find out first wavelength. Just you need to remember what we have. These three parameters you need to remember. From those, first you need to find out lambda value, wavelength. You know that wavelength lambda is equals to C divided by F, the ratio of velocity of the light in the free space. Lambda is equals to C divided by F. You know the C value, 3 into 10 to the power of 8 per meter. 8 per second. Next, F value, you know it, 100 megahertz. 100 megahertz, 10 to the power of 6. Simplify this expression, 10 to the power of 8 divided by, this is 1 into 10 to the power of 8. These two will be going to cancel, 3 by 1 means 3. Okay, lambda is equals to 3 meters. After getting the wavelength value, lambda is equals to 3 meters. Okay, lambda is equals to 3 meters. What you need to find out? The position of stub is given by L is equals to lambda by 2 pi into tan inverse of the position of stub is given by I'll write it here only. The position of the stub is given by what is that? L is equals to lambda by 2 pi into tan inverse of z, tan inverse of square root z L divided by z naught. What is the lambda value? 3. 3 divided by 2 pi tan inverse of square root of zl is nothing but what? 100, right? Z naught means what? 600. You know it. You need to keep your mind those two values. And then 3 by 2 pi tan inverse 1 by 6. 1 by 6 means what? Which is equals to 0.185 meter. This L value, length of the stub. Okay, L is equals to 0.185. This is the formula first you need to remember. L is equals to lambda divided by 2 pi tan inverse of square root ZL divided by Z naught. Substitute the values lambda and Z and Z naught. Simplify the expression. L is equals to, you will get it 0.185 meters. Okay. What is the next parameter you want to find out? Next parameter, length of the stub L is given by lambda is equals to, that is position of the stub is given by, this is the length. The next one is length of the stub L is given by, L is equals to, L we already find out, length of the SC stub of L is given by, you know it. From that you need to find out the L dash. Let us assume that is lambda divided by 4 pi tan inverse of z square root zl minus z naught divided by zl plus z naught. You know the values. This is the 3 divided by 4 pi tan inverse of square root zl is nothing but 600. 600 minus 100 divided by 600 plus 100, that equals to 3 by 4 pi tan inverse square root 500 divided by 700. Indicates that what is the value? 3 by 4 pi tan inverse of square root 5 by 7. The value is equals to 1.28 meter. The L dash value is equals to 1.28 meter. Just need to remember. Okay, this value is equals to 1.28 meter. Remember that from this problem you need to find out the position of the stub. Position of the stub is given by L is equals to lambda by 2 pi tan inverse of z L divided by z naught for first case. Next, the length of the SC stub L dash is given by lambda divided by 4 pi tan inverse of square root of ZL minus Z naught divided by ZL plus Z naught. Okay. After that, substitute the values and you will get the value 1.28 meters. Okay, 1.28 meters you will get it from the problem. Right, in the next problem, write on the next problem. Measurement on a terminated transmission measurement on a terminated transmission line, a terminated transmission line terminated transmission line gave the following results. Okay, first VSWR is equals to 3.2. Location of first V minimum. First V minimum is equals to 0.237 from the load. Okay, from the load, characteristic impedance 50 ohm. Characteristic impedance 50 ohm. Impedance 50 ohm. Okay, then calculate terminating impedance. Calculate the terminating impedance. Just you need to read the problem once again. Measurement on a terminated transmission line gave the following results. VSRW is equals to 3.2. Location of the first V minimum is equals to 0.37 from the load. And the characteristic impedance is equals to 50 ohm. Calculate the terminating impedance. First you need to note down write down the given data from the problem. Note down the given data from the problem. Okay now. Yeah, fine. Note down the values what we have from the problem. Z naught is equals to 50 ohm. You need to write down given data. Z naught is equals to 50 ohm. V minimum we have, right? V minimum is equals to, what is the V minimum value? V minimum is equals to 0.237. Next, characteristic impedance we have, right? Characteristic impedance you have Z naught. Next we have VSWR. S is equals to 3.2. Yes or no? From these first you need to find out X minimum. That is equals to X minimum or V minimum. Sometimes you need to call. Okay, now both will be same. Fine. From these you need to find out the impedance, characteristic terminating impedance value ZL. What is the formula for that? ZL is equals to the formula for that is ZL is equals to Z naught into 1 minus J capital S tan beta x minimum or V minimum, sometimes you need to call. Okay, now divided by S minus J tan of beta x minimum. This is the expression. You need to substitute the values. We have we have S value, we have x minimum value and Z naught value. What you don't have from the equation? And beta value also we have. What is the beta value? 2 pi by lambda. Beta value is 2 pi by lambda. Substitute the values in that equation. ZL is equals to Z naught means 50 into 1 minus J, S means 3.2, tan of beta means 2 pi by lambda into 0.237 divided by S means 3.2 minus J tan of 2 pi by lambda into 0.37. Simplify the expression. What you will get it from this? You will get it from this. The value is equals to ZL is equals to 14.9 angle minus 19.8 degrees. ZL is equals to 14.9 angle minus 19.8 degrees. This is the expression for terminating impedance value.